Shalawam. Shalawam Yahweh Ba'ashem Amashiach Yeshua. Out here on the highways and byways. And this is pretty much what I wanted to bring out and go into. As you can see, they have this giant picture of Cesare Borgia, who our people think is gonna actually save them, but that is a lie. Because we know via the scriptures that this guy is an imposter. Let's get a couple scriptures to prove that right quick. Bear with me, sorry. Book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 12. It says, "And I turned to see the voice that spake with me. And being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle." Verse 14, it says, "His head and his hairs were white like wool." As you can see, this fucking punk rock cokehead right here doesn't have white woolly hair. He has long stringy dog hair. Strike one if you playing Israelite baseball. It says his head and his hairs were light like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. This clown, his face and his hands should be so dark that you can't recognize him. But instead, if you're watching this video, you can see clearly this clown is not dark skinned. I'll read it again. Verse 15, "And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters." So we can see, I don't have to I don't have to go into it anymore, man. This guy isn't the Messiah, but a fucking impersonator, man. To our people out there, this guy isn't gonna save you. Okay? The only person that's gonna save you is a dark-skinned man with white woolly hair that's gonna crack the clouds one day and cause absolute mayhem on this earth. Be not deceived, people. This is not the Messiah. This clown will not save you. Let me get one more scripture. What's up, bro? Bear with me. One more scripture. It's the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. It says, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof, if not where and who is he?" I like to point out the part that says he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. Well, we know that judges are the saints. The saints are the people of the Most High power. All these people have done generation after generation is covered the true images of the Messiah, of the kings, of all the Israelites, man. We have to wake up and realize these things, and our people have to think. They have to actually think, man. I was out earlier today, and I ran into this bugged out Jake, man. He was sitting down reading. I can't think of the book that he was reading, but it was some book, and I told him, like, look, man, the only book that you should be reading is this book right here. And he kept talking about social studies and science, and I told him, look, man, all of that is of the Most High. You know, it brings to mind the scripture that says, I believe the scripture says, the wisdom of this world is foolishness to the Most High. But long story short, I ran into that brother, and he was bugged out of his mind, actually. But the Most High sent another sister along who she said her, I believe it was her brother, was an Israelite, a believing Israelite, and her brother had mentioned to her these things before, like, look, you can't, I forgot that I believe he mentioned pork, shrimp, and you can't eat pork and shrimp and all that abominable things, man. And she said, well, yeah, you know, I got a brother who believes what you believe. And I told the sister, well, look, sister, you already know what's going on then, man. You already know the deal, sister. Like, you can't eat those things, you know. And if you love the Most High, we know, going back to, I believe it's the book of 1 John, for this is love, that you keep the commandments of the Most High power. You know, and I told the sister, look, you already know the deal, sister. You know, you got to keep the commandments of the Most High. So the sister went along about her business, you know, but I don't know, Lord willing, the sister will get it. Anyway, I don't want to be too long here, just babbling at this point. The point is, Israelites out there, this guy is not going to save you. All right? The Most High power looks just like you, woolly hair and dark skin, and his son also looks just like you, woolly hair and dark skin. That being said, Shalawam.